This morning from Ottawa, from the airport, in fact, by CTV News senior correspondent Judy Trinh. And so, Judy, this news happening, less than an hour ago, we're hearing from the U.S. president. What looked like it was moving in one direction has quickly zagged to another one.
You know, Anne-Marie, this news broke in its first phase late last night. Donald Trump initially put out the first post on Truth Social calling the ad a fake ad, and that it basically was lying about Ronald Reagan's position on tariffs, saying that Ronald Reagan loved tariffs. But that's not the case. Ronald Reagan was against tariffs. He supported the free trade agreement, the North American Free Trade Agreement, with Canada and Mexico. And in regards to the voice track that was used, the president is saying that it is a fake ad, but it appears to mirror exactly what Ronald Reagan said in his radio address to the Americans decades ago. So what I can tell you, Anne-Marie, is that when this first came out yesterday night, it was around 8 or 9 p.m. and 12 hours before Mark Carney is set to board this plane to go to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where he will be participating in trade talks to advance discussions, to expand business talks between Canada and the fastest growing region in the world. Now, instead of focusing on expanding trade, he is going to be dealing with this. Exactly how is he going to try and get these trade talks with Donald Trump back on track? Anne-Marie, I can't tell you how surprising this incident is, because earlier this week there were indications that by the time that Mark Carney went to Asia towards the end of his 9-day trip, when he arrived in South Korea, he was going to actually meet with Donald Trump, and there could have been an announcement about reducing sectoral tariffs. Like, that was a possibility, the sense of optimism at the beginning of the week, in which we were told by one government source, and I publicly heard it from the president of the Business Council of Canada, that his group was also expecting something similar. So you can see just how shocking this is, Anne-Marie.
Judy, I'm just wondering if we've heard anything from the Prime Minister in terms of comments back about the Trump, the post, both from last night and from this morning, or from anybody else who is part of the trade negotiation team.
Anne-Marie, we put out inquiries. What I can tell you is that he is set to depart at 10 a.m. He is going to walk right by here. Our cameras will be rolling. We will put out a microphone and we will ask him these questions. This flight to Kuala Lumpur for the ASEAN conference, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, is set to begin on Monday. But to get to Kuala Lumpur is 23 hours in the air. So that's a long time to go without communicating. His audience, though, Anne-Marie, isn't just Canadians that he has to reassure, but also the president, as we know, is mercurial and can change his mind like that.
Yeah, as we have seen last night. Listen, we don't have any royal coaches or a Buckingham Palace or a Windsor Castle to bring him to, so this is all going to come down to talks and negotiation. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of both the PMO and, again, out of the White House as this story develops. CTV News senior correspondent Judy Trinh, who's got to get on that plane pretty soon. Thanks for joining us live this morning.